night is as good a time as any to announce what's next. And at this time, I'd like to bring in Bern Bonzi and Wladimir Klitschko to the ring right now in Manchester.
So, Eddie, Vladimir's here, Anthony's here. What is in the pipeline?
I'd like to officially announce Anthony Joshua against Wladimir Klitschko at Wembley Stadium on April the 29th, live and exclusive on Sky Box Office for the Unified Heavyweight Championship of the World.
Vladimir, welcome to Manchester. What did you make of Anthony's performance, and how excited are you about the prospect of facing him?
First of all, congratulations to you, champ. AJ, you got it. I was watching AJ fighting in London 2012 when he won gold medal. I never thought to ask you this question. I want to ask you three questions. Do you want to see a big fight? Do you want to see a fight where two Olympic champions are involved? Do you want to see fight AJ against WK? I don't hear you. You got it. I love you guys. You're awesome.
Anthony, he's here. Apparently the deal is done. Wembley Stadium. How do you feel about that?
What happened to London O2 Arena? The good times. But listen, we move on to a bigger arena. More people can come and view it. I've shared the ring with the champ. Very respectful man outside the ring. Very competitive in the ring. And two warriors are coming together. This is the step up that people have wanted. Klitschko wants his belts back. May the best man win.
Wladimir, why Anthony Joshua?
He is the best man in the division. And I believe this excitement speaks for itself. So that's what actually fans want. And I think there's no doubt that this fight must happen.
You boxed in England earlier.
All right, counterpunch boxing. Well, I don't know what to make of it. I don't know how to feel about that fight. Okay, you heard the announcement. Immediately following the Anthony Joshua Eric Molina fight, Eddie Hearn calls in Klitzchko, to make this big announcement. Now, if you listen to the crowd, I mean, you've got like a couple of people, cheering and clapping, but I mean, it didn't erupt. You would think that, a huge announcement, the place would kind of blow up and the internet would blow up, and it came across as a little corny to me, a little cheesy, like bad acting. Klitzko, I have three questions. What would you like? It was just, obviously he had to remember, the pre-rehearsed lines that they gave him. So I don't know. And Klitzko, he says, they asked, well, why do you want Anthony Joshua? And he says, I want to fight the best in the division. And and again, I have another issue with that, and we'll get into that in 1 minute. He said, I want to fight the best in the division. Okay. And I haven't confirmed if it will be pay-per-view or on regular HBO, Sky Sports, of course. But over here in the United States, I'm hoping it's not a pay-per-view. But I was reading an article earlier, and I think right now they're kind of debating, what part of the world will be pay-per-view and what part of the world will not be pay-per-view. Okay, so hopefully here in the United States, where I'm at, it's not a pay-per-view because, it'll flop. I could tell by the crowd reaction, by the media reaction that it would be a bad idea, to put that as a pay-per-view event. So, yeah, so kind of just, mixed reactions from everybody. A lot of people are, excited, and a lot of people not so much, So, let's kind of quickly look at the top 10. Okay, I mean the other options out there. I mean, why Klitzko Anthony Joshua? I mean, Tyson Fury. We know he's kind of out right now, but I think he will make a comeback. Deontay Wilder, Alexander Povetkin, Luis Ortiz, Bermain Stavern, David Hay, maybe Joseph Parker. I mean, off the top of my head here, maybe something like that. I just, I don't see. I think really, the fight to me, and when I was watching it live, it kind of a light bulb went off in my head. I immediately thought, okay, they're trying to appeal to the casual fans out there, and I don't mean that as like the non-educated, as an insult. I really think they're trying to appeal, to the everyday or the weekend warrior, the what do they call it, the fair weather fan, meaning, I don't know, kind of just a household fan where, they can reach out to those people, the people that don't really know that Wladimir Klitschko, I mean, it will be nearly 18 months. I mean, now think about this, 18 months before he gets in the ring with Anthony Joshua, going back to Tyson Fury. Okay, I mean, that's an 18-month layoff. So you have a 41-year-old, Klitschko getting in the ring 18 months later with an Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua, pro debut, 2013. I mean, he hasn't been around long. He's 18-0, 27 years old, 6'6", 82-inch reach. I mean, size, actually, they're pretty much identical in size. And I think Klitschko, he's always done better kind of with a smaller heavyweight. And I think Tyson Fury, I think just the height and the reach and the range is what really threw him off on fight night, because I mean, Klitschko, he pretty much, he always has a huge size advantage over his opponent. So in this particular fight, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not, and I'll watch it, don't get me wrong. But I'd rather see maybe an Alexander Povetkin, or even Andy Ruiz. I mean, he just lost to Joseph Parker, but I don't know. I mean, Klitschko Anthony Joshua, I don't know why, but I don't have a lot of interest in that fight. I mean, what do you guys think out there? I mean, is it me? Maybe am I looking at it, kind of in a negative light? I don't know. I mean, and I give Eddie Hearn a ton of credit. I mean, he's put together really good fights lately. I mean, we had even the Gennady Golovkin and Kell Brook fight. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but my point is, I mean, you have a promoter out there making an effort to put together fights instead of letting them marinate and all that. I mean, could you imagine? But I think in this situation, it might be kind of a torch passing fight where, because I can't see Eddie Hearn, sacrificing, an Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? I mean, he's, the torch carrier, right? I mean, he is like going to be the golden child of the heavyweight division, so. And really, if they don't make the fight now, what do? Wait until Klitschko is, 42 and 43 or 44, So, I mean, when you look at it like that, it makes a little sense. But, I don't know. I'm just not quite sure how to process it yet. And, I want to know what you guys think. I mean, would you watch the fight? Are you interested in it? I mean, of course, as a boxing fan, I mean, I'll watch any fight. I mean, I watch like local fights here in Houston, so I'll watch anything, boxing related. But, I mean, are you looking forward to it? Would you pay? If it was a pay-per-view fight, would you actually pay for it? And are you going to talk about it? I mean, are you going to debate about it? Are you going to, get into different forums and everything and kind of have like these long discussions like we do during the build-up of a fight? I don't see it happening. But anyway, leave your comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. As always, thank you very much for all your support. We're going to, start cranking out videos again. December, January is always a little bit slow, but, we'll keep you guys busy. We'll keep you entertained. We have great fights coming up really in 2017, some really good fights. But, we've got a couple more to end the year, to close out the year, and then a few good ones in January. So anyway, guys, leave your comment below, and yeah, tell me what you think. Counterpunch Boxing, we are out.